Like right now, because we record. Look.
Oh, we are. Oh, snap. Look up, Marlon.
Say cheese. Is
Oh,
Logan
snap.
Paul a pro wrestler or is he an outsider that's looking in? We'll get to the bottom of this crazy Kevin Nash situation on today's episode of Wrestling with Ya Boys. So y'all know who I be. Still same OG. It's your boy Qwan. And of course I got my man with my BFF, J. Cole. J. Cole?
What?
I don't
You mean
know, bro.
J. Cooley?
J. Cooley? Wait a minute. We can't just brush past that. I just called J. Cooley J. Cole.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
Oh,
man.
what
Is
am
it-
I
is it-
on
is it deluxe?
on this lovely Wednesday evening?
Is it deluxe?
You know, all black people look alike to me, man. What you mean?
Oh. That's
Oh.
crazy. Yeah, man, the coolest in the building.
Oh.
You feel me? You know what I'm saying? We here. The homies wrestling with the homies.
The
dopest
coolest.
wrestling pod. The dopest wrestling pod in the world.
You know,
Come get
we
you
might be
some.
second dopest, you know what I'm saying? You know, or maybe
Nah,
three.
we first.
Maybe four.
Nah, we first, man.
We're the
you see this mic?
coolest.
You see this mic? They mad because they ain't got this mic. They mad because we got it. Yeah, the dopest.
What other podcast you gonna see where one host calls the other host J. Cole instead of J. Cooley? Huh? Where you gonna see that at? Where you gonna see that at?
Man.
Only on Wrestling with the Homies. Where are you? We be on here a while this time, man.
We do.
Bro. On our All Out episode, I said they left the ring looking like Whitney Houston's hotel. Do you realize how insane that is to say out of my mouth? Like what? What? How did I even think of that? I don't know, but I said it. Where else are you gonna hear content like that? Wrestling with the Homies.
This guy is nuts, yo. This guy is.
Yo, and I knew it was out of pocket when I said it. Like because it wasn't even written down in my Talk Some Raw segment. Like I was just going, and it came to my mind, and I'm like, yo, they left that hotel looking like Whitney Houston's, or they left that ring looking like Whitney Houston's hotel. And like after I said it in my mind, I'm like, no, I did not. We are never making it out of the hood.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna have to.
Right. But what's good, bro? How you doing? How's life?
I'm good. Life is good. A lot of wrestling going on.
Too much wrestling. Too much.
Yeah, man. Too much.
I'm kind of burned out. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm kind of burned out from so much pro wrestling. Yeah, it was.
I mean,
these shows are getting harder to watch, man.
They are. I will say, but it's Virgo season. I want to put that out there.
Oh,
first and foremost. Yeah. So it's been a good month so far of wrestling, of entertainment, of sports. September.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if it's been a good month because not to get so down early in the podcast, but rest in peace, rich homie Qwan, man.
Yeah, rest in peace, rich homie Qwan
passed away,
and rest in peace.
I know. I already know you about to go. I know you about to
go. Yeah, James Earl Jones, man.
James Earl Jones. Rest in peace, James Earl Jones.
Yeah, man.
So first off, let me speak on Rich Homie Qwan real quick before we get into James. Rest in peace, Darth Vader. Know what I'm saying? But before we get into James, I just got to speak on Rich Homie Qwan because that is a person that has meant a lot to me throughout at least the last 10 years of my life. Now, I was never the biggest Rich Homie Qwan fan as far as listening to his music, but because his name was Rich Homie Qwan and my name is Qwan, so many people have been calling me Rich Homie for years. Yeah. Whenever I tell someone, yo, my name is Qwan, they either say two things. They either say, hit the Qwan, or they say, hey, Rich Homie. So my name being tied to that man's for so long, to see him pass at such an early age, rest in peace, Rich Homie Qwan.
Yeah, 34. That's nuts, man. For sure.
34, damn.
He had our college days turned for sure.
Facts. His lifestyle was going up. Just a lot of the lifestyle.
Yeah, man.
I will give you all the money in my bank account right now if you can tell me what Young Thug says on that hook without Googling it. If you know the words,
what he was saying.
Classic song, though.
Classic
song.
Man. Classic. And yeah, Rest in peace, James, man.
Bro,
Listen,
okay.
man.
So the James Earl Jones thing is making me upset, bro. Because I woke up this morning. Why are they trying to cancel James Earl Jones on the internet?
You know how they do. When you gone, they got to dig up some, and apparently they're
Why
mad
is that though?
his wife is white, and they bring up the race thing that he never liked black women and blah, blah. I don't know what it is when it comes to people dying and people bringing up their dirt, but it only applies to the black community. This only happens inside the black community.
It got to be a deeper, like it has to be something that goes on in people's heads. Because it's like when I see a celebrity pass away, especially a celebrity that I grew up watching, my first thought isn't to look deep into their past and try to find something they did wrong and bring it light to the timeline. Like that's like the furthest thing from my mind. When I saw that James Earl Jones passed away, my first thought was, damn, I was just watching The Sandlot a week ago.
Right.
That's it. Like I'm not, what did he do wrong that I can bring light to because he passed away? That's such a crazy thing to me. I don't understand why is that a thing?
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. It
sucks, humans, man. I would never understand humans, man. We are a complicated species, man.
Yeah, I know the aliens look at us weird, but yo, man, for those who don't know, man,
we might be the aliens. I think we the aliens.
For those who don't know, man, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and Darth Vader was my favorite. And
nerd.
Yeah,
this
man.
Nerd.
I love it.
This geek ass.
Empire Strikes Back was the best one. Growing up, I was scared of James in The Sandlot, bro. Like I was scared of this blind guy because he was just so mean. I'm like, yo, this is crazy, yo.
Big light skinned ass, like just yelling at kids with a big ass dog. I was like, man, who is this? What is this?
Yeah, man.
Rest in peace,
but
yeah,
rest in peace. Great actor. 93.
Incredible. Hey, that's a long life, man. That's 93 years old. I hope I live to 93.
Yeah, man. We all gonna live to 100. What you mean, man? 100.
You feel me? A lot of people don't want to live that long, though. A lot of people want to just bow out around like 70-ish because they feel like, once you get into like 90, 95, your memory starts to fade, and it's not a good time. You might be still living, but it's not really a good time. So
that's why we eat good now, man, and we reap the
we
repercussions
who is
later,
we?
Man.
Oh, man,
Let's do it.
Come on,
so,
man.
how long you think you want to go? How long you want to go, Cooley?
100 years. Give me 100.
Okay.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna be doing pull-ups at 98.
I'm with it. Let's talk about what happened. What is your life like once you hit 80? Like, what are you doing? You don't have no friends. Just so you clear. Most of them
all gone.
Most of them.
Me, Gary, Randy,
I'm probably
Sylvan, all of us, bro. We gone.
I'm gonna be getting spoon-fed applesauce by my wife, man. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't no telling what it is. Getting out of here.
Right.
Qwan eating Carl Jr.'s at midnight, climbing through windows, trying to watch Raw.
It's over for me, bro. I'm out here drinking Red Bulls every day just to stay awake, man. I gotta stop.
Nah, we gonna be good to 100, man.
Facts. I'm trying to go for as long as the good Lord takes me.
My point is, no, you're not. You want to get around 83, man. 83 is the year. That's the year.
But at the same time, nobody wants to go though. It's like,
I
don't want to be a vegetable
at
100.
Supposed to happen.
I don't want to go. I want to have.
I don't want to leave.
But I do realize that I do need to get my life in order if I do want to live a long life. Because Cooley got it figured out. I always call Cooley Hotep.
Really.
I just joke about it, but
I slip up sometimes, man. I'm human, you know.
He might slip, but Cooley be on it. He be 5 a.m. He at the park doing push-ups in a hoodie like Kendrick Lamar. Cooley is out here like really on that healthy living stuff. Me, I eat too much fast food. I might work out for weeks at a time, but then I stop for a couple months, and then I get back to it, and then I stop again. Like I gotta get this figured out if I want to live a long, healthy life. Because I'm trying to see
build a tribe. We just gotta build a tribe, link up, build a tribe. You know, like how they do it in New York, and DC.
Right.
That's how they do it.
Right, but before we go any further in this podcast, rest in peace to Rich Homie Qwan and rest in peace to James Earl Jones. But I need y'all to do me a favor at home and please hit that subscribe button. This is Wrestling with the Homies, your number one source for daily wrestling conversation. Ain't nobody else doing it like us. Them other podcasts is boring. Come over here. Come tap in with me. I'm handsome.
It's the D, the I, the D, the D, the Y.
Hey, this is the second time. It's Diddy.
Hate that song.
I don't care what he says. That song was fire. And so was Welcome Back.
I hate
by
that
Mace.
song now, but I liked it back then.
I mean, yeah, because
Welcome Back was
he got a weird
fire.
case. Bro, the album was fire. Well, the whole album. The whole album.
I didn't listen to the whole album. I just listened to that and Breathe Stretch.
Breathe,
I
Stretch, Shake.
Why is this the second day in a row Qwan's trolling me? What did I do? Like, what did I do? Why are you calling me out on your takes? I don't understand.
Because you said you hated that song, and I can't let that rock. Know what I'm saying? That was a
hot
song.
Terrible. No,
Welcome Back was terrible,
bro.
Wow.
How old were you when that happened?
Let me look. When it dropped.
When did Welcome Back drop? Like 2001?
Let me see.
I was a solid 9. I don't know.
Exactly. That's why you liked it, because you were 9 years old. So that whole era.
I was 13.
And
it came out in 04.
That's still young. That's
still young. Yeah.
After, when Diddy was doing that, it was terrible, man. It was terrible.
And that kind of goes into what our conversation is about today, because what Diddy was doing right there with that song, that wasn't artistry. He made a song, and the song was hot to some people, but that wasn't real artistry. Because the question of the day is Logan Paul a pro wrestler? Because Cooley, I don't know if you've been keeping up with this whole Kevin Nash and Logan Paul thing, but it's a lot going on. So for people who haven't been paying close attention, don't worry about it. Qwan is here to break it all down for you. So when Logan Paul had Hulk Hogan on his podcast, Logan Paul didn't know what the term shoot meant as far as a wrestling context goes. Obviously, a shoot means that it's something that's unscripted, but Logan Paul didn't know that. As a pro wrestler, Logan Paul didn't know what a shoot was. Kevin Nash saw this and got very upset. Kevin Nash basically more or less told Logan Paul, "You are not one of us." He basically said that Logan Paul didn't deserve to be making $5 million for his limited dates. And Logan Paul struck back. Logan Paul called Kevin Nash bitter and old and said that he was better than better than Kevin Nash has ever been. Now, first off, Logan Paul is insane for not knowing who Kevin Nash is. That's not a flex. I'm sorry, but if you're a pro wrestler and you don't know who Kevin Nash is, that's like being a rapper and not knowing who Method Man is. That's embarrassing. That's not a flex at all. But Logan Paul's clapback was kind of hot. I'm not gonna hold you. He kind of cut a dope promo.
Yeah, it was dope. If it wasn't real,
let's be real. He was kind of cooking. Yeah, but it was disrespectful. It was mad disrespectful though. But I think there's a bigger issue here, because something that Kevin Nash said stuck with me. He said that Logan Paul wasn't one of the boys. He's not a pro wrestler. The question is that true? Because Logan Paul wrestles, and he wrestles really good. He's probably one of the best in WWE right now. But is he really a pro wrestler? To be honest with you, I got to agree with Kevin Nash. I don't think Logan Paul is a pro wrestler. I think he's just a guy who wrestles. There's a difference between artistry and just doing the thing. Like in hip-hop, I always got a hip-hop drawback for everything, because that's just who I am. I'm a hip-hop head. In hip-hop, we have artists and we have rappers. An artist is someone who respects the craft of making music, and they approach their art with the goal of creating something that pushes the genre forward. That's the Lupe Fiascos, that's the Jay-Z, that's the Kendrick Lamars. But on the other side of that, you got a guy like Soulja Boy who can do it. He can rhyme some words over a beat and sell it, but it's not really artistry. He's not really in the business of making art, and he'll tell you that himself. He's just trying to monetize off the marginal talent that he does have. I think there's a clear difference, and right now I think Logan Paul kind of falls into the latter category. He's a guy who is he's capitalizing off of the talent that he has, because when you put him in a ring, he can go. He comes from an athletic background, so he can put together a really good match. But realistically, he's not a wrestler. He doesn't care about the craft of pro wrestling. He doesn't care about the artistry of pro wrestling. He doesn't even care enough to know the history of pro wrestling. He didn't know who Kevin Nash was. So I don't think Logan Paul is a pro wrestler. I think he's just a guy who wrestles. I'm sorry.
First of all, both guys are heels in real life, so let's get that out the way. Terrible people.
Right. Both terrible people. Logan might be a little worse though. Logan, I think he might be a little worse.
Yeah, what he did, he's
bodies
terrible.
And,
man, terrible. But the post was very disrespectful. But let's not act like Kevin Nash never had a better character than Logan has ever had. But we all know that Logan wrestles technically better than Kevin Nash, so we can give him
lot better.
that.
I'm not gonna hold you. A lot better.
A lot better in a short amount of time. But earlier I was like, I didn't agree with that, the artistry and all that, because what if you can put something out and it's art to you, but the world view it as not art to them, if that makes sense. But then,
but you got an example of that happening though?
No, I don't. That's why I'm like, what? Then I had to sit in my thoughts, and I looked at myself, because I was, once an artist, when it comes to music, and I used to put out a lot of music, and it was art to me. I was really trying to, push the genre, the jerk thing that was going on back in the day. And then
Cooley's a legend, by the way, for the people who don't know. Cooley is very instrumental in that movement. He was like one of the original forefathers. Just putting that out there.
But it's crazy, because before the whole jerk stuff, I was really doing it for art and because I loved hip hop. So then that came and it kind of got my mind off the real hip hop. And then when I got over that, I tried to go back to the real hip hop, but then it wasn't clicking. So, and then, we start getting into the snap movements and the SoundCloud era. And I'm like, yo, this is not art at all. And I just, I just got turned off of the whole hip hop stuff. I'm like, bro, what happened? So what happened to the game?
Do you have a problem, like hip hop itself, right? Do you have a problem when you see people who clearly aren't invested in the art of hip hop and they just here to monetize? Like a dude like Playboy Cardi, who would just go to the studio and do a bunch of ad libs over a hot beat and sell it. Do you have an issue when you see that, being like a real hip hop fan yourself? And I'm only asking you that because that goes back to wrestling. Like, do we really have a problem with Logan Paul not like being an outsider, because he really is an outsider?
It's
do we
tough
really have an issue with it? If he's good at it, then he's good at it.
It's tough because I don't have a problem with Logan Paul.
But you got a problem with the Cardis and all them.
Yeah, this is like...
But it's the same thing.
It is, but it's just like, dang, man, you're not respecting the game, because, I come from, the era where Nas was one of my favorite rappers, and he, it was real hip-hop. He told stories and stuff. It was about, what was going on in the world as far as Tupac as well. And then we get to the XX... whatever, however you say his name,
Extentacion, and I was an X fan, honestly. Like personally, I like that.
Yeah, I was like, what's going on? Wild, so I don't listen to none of these new school rappers and stuff like that. And I know y'all be shooting on me on the group chat, but it's just like it don't be hidden for me. Like, yeah, the beat cool, but it's just like, what you talking about? What you talking about?
This is how I look at it, bro. I don't have a problem with you trying to monetize off a thing that you're good at. Even if you don't care about the artistry of it, you don't care about the craft of it, you're just doing it because you're good at it and you want to monetize and make some money off of it. I don't have a problem with that as long as that's understood, as long as you admit that. Like if Logan Paul wants to be a wrestler, but he doesn't really care about the craft of pro wrestling, he doesn't care about the history of pro wrestling, but he's upfront about it and he's just saying, hey, I'm here to do a thing because I'm getting paid to do it. That's fine with me, but be upfront about it. Because once it gets clouded and muddy, we gotta understand that there's a difference between the two. There's a difference between doing a thing and really being the thing. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel you on that for sure. And how do you feel about him not knowing the term shoot? Like as a wrestling fan, like
I get it
about that.
Like, okay, so we gotta understand that Logan Paul has only been around wrestling realistically for like 2 years. So he's still new to this. He's good. Granted, his matches are hella rehearsed. Apparently, they get rehearsed for months before he has them. That's why they're all good, because they're super rehearsed. But like, we gotta understand he's still new to the business. So of course, there's gonna be terms like shoot that he doesn't know what it like. I'm sure there's this, bro. Me and Cooley have been watching wrestling for damn near our entire lives. I'm sure there's terms that Cooley don't know if I bring them up. Like, Cooley, do you know what a gig bar is?
Don't know what that is.
Exactly.
What is a gig bar?
So a gig bar. Do you know how Devon Dudley and New Jack? You know how their foreheads look with like all the razor bumps from like blading themselves during matches to bleed. Those are called gig bars. So gigging is when you actually get the blade and cut yourself, and the mark that it leaves is called the bar. So those are gig bars. See, Cooley didn't know that.
I don't know. What
Most wrestling fans probably don't know that. Like, there's a lot of wrestling terminology that people aren't going to know. We can't get mad at him for it. So if Logan Paul didn't know what a shoot was, then okay, he didn't know what a shoot was. It's not that
But maybe
deep.
Kevin was mad about that because he's actually in the business and we're from the outside looking in. But I mean, I can shoot Logan some bell because I remember when I first started, filming and being on set and stuff. Somebody was like, "Hey, yo, hand me that stinger." I was like, What is a stinger? He was like, what? I was like, what you talking about? He was like, it's an extension cord. What are you? I'm like, I didn't know. I don't know what.
But we learning.
Sticks, stingers, all these terms, man. But if nobody's gonna put you on game and sit you down and teach you about it, then you ain't gonna never know.
Right.
So,
I think the issue that people like Kevin Nash have with Logan Paul is the fact that he doesn't want to learn. Because some people come into pro wrestling, they get into it late. A lot of guys like our homie Big E, man, he was playing football at Iowa. He didn't plan on becoming a wrestler, but once he got involved, he really engulfed himself in the spirit of wrestling and learned about it.
Yeah.
A guy like Logan Paul is just there. He don't want to learn. He don't care. Logan Paul does not give a shit about the industry at all. He really just there to collect the check. And I think that's the issue that Kevin Nash had.
Yeah.
But I guess now the question is there a way that Logan Paul can become a pro wrestler in the sense of being accepted by the boys?
Well, his first step now is becoming full-time, and I believe he's becoming full-time, right?
I mean, he says he wants to, but it remains to be seen, because when he won that United States Championship, he kind of claimed that he would be full-time and defending it, and then we didn't see him for 3 months.
Yeah, so I mean, it all boils down to what he really wants. I feel like if he does become a full-time wrestler, and he actually, start taking it more serious, and create different characters, and killing his promos, then we can.
Granted, he does.
Yeah, he can
kill them already.
He can
really put that out there.
He can become a real professional wrestler, indeed.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's. Before you scream on me, let me just say, I think for Logan Paul to become a legitimate professional wrestler, they would have to get away with the whole rehearsing for months thing. Like he would have to just wrestle on the fly and wing it, the same way Ricochet and everybody else does when they go out there. They improvise. Logan Paul gonna have to learn how to improvise, because we can't just have him rehearse matches for 3 months and then have one match every couple months. Like, come on now.
Yeah, because we can do that.
You're never gonna be one of the boys if that's what you're doing. If I get to rehearse a match for 3 months, then I will have a great match. Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's never going to do that. That's the whole social media of it, right? It's like it's the same thing of putting a social media person in a TV show, right? It's like, oh no, this is different, right? Like it's not the same thing. Right. But my real question is this: does it hurt wrestling though? Right? Because Logan Paul is not playing in the wrestling space. He's not playing with works and kayfabe and shoots and the world of it. And so if you introduce this and then this works, well, then that means you're only going to do this again. And so then that means if you extrapolate that in some type of way, let's just say we get to a place where people realize, oh, I can not wrestle that much and make the same amount of money.
Yeah.
So why would I do that? Right. And so where are we going? Right? Because if more people think about, if you're an action star now and you say, oh, I can go wrestle and we can just rehearse it. Right. Well, why don't I just do that too? Right. And now all of our stars are just half wrestlers. Is that what we want?
Not at all. But you got a point, because and it's crazy, because that's kind of what his brother is doing with the whole boxing thing.
Yep.
Like, the integrity is gone, because it's like social media stars are starting to realize, like, hey, I can just go out there, put some gloves on, and call myself a boxer. I might not be very good, but if I get some bums and win the matches, I'm going to get paid. People going to buy the pay-per-view, so let's just go monetize off boxing. And, like, that's becoming a thing. We saw it with the social media comedians. A lot of stand-up comedians and actual, like, comedians who tour the world, they hate social media comedians, only because they feel like it's not real. They feel like that's not the industry I came up in. This is quick, this is easy, this is fast food, but dressed up as comedy. They don't like it. Yeah. And I can see that kind of happening with wrestling, because Logan Paul is having a successful run right now. We know he's not the last one. If Logan Paul can do this, then that means that Bad Bunny can do it. That means that KSI can do it. That means that I Show Speed can do it. A lot of guys might start moving over to pro wrestling and trying to monetize off of it and not doing it full time. But if WWE is reaping the benefits and people are tuning in, then hey.
But I feel like that only can happen within WWE though, because I feel like a place like AEW is not going to let that slide. They ain't letting that slide, so that means WWE will become watered down eventually. because we here to watch wrestlers wrestle. This is what we grew up on, and this is what we want to see. We don't want to see social media stars infiltrating the whole set. You know what I'm saying? And that's weak. I ain't trying to see that.
I mean,
I'll be watching GCW every week.
Boy, 5 years. Joey Janela, know what I'm saying? What? And I don't want. We can't just act like AEW is above it though, because AEW does stuff with social media guys too. They might not be to the degree of WWE, but they still do stuff. And also, I'm hearing the rumors that AEW might be looking at Fox. Fox left WWE behind, and Fox might be going with a cheaper alternative, which is AEW. There's a show called Shockwave that just got trademarked, and people are speculating that it might be a show for Fox. If AEW is involved with Fox, bro, let's be honest. They ain't above doing stuff like this because Fox is national TV.
Yeah.
It's one thing being on TBS and TNT, but being on Fox, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. You can't have people out there stabbing each other with needles on Fox. You're going to have to play the game. So
everything going to get watered down, man. Like, I love boxing, bro. I love boxing. And then HBO left, Showtime left, and now we're left
like AEW. Cooley, what are you talking about?
Now, Cooley kind of like it. Cooley,
he's watching it. He's watching it.
What? But in the beginning, I like the AEW. It's not like I hate it. You know what I'm saying? But, like, I tap in here and there. But, you know.
Right. And also, like, bro, you said, like, I know you said I loved boxing because you don't like, you speaking towards what Jake Paul did for boxing. You don't like what he's doing. But also, on the other side of that, you could kind of argue that Jake Paul is bringing in interest for boxing, period.
He is.
Because if I order a Jake Paul fight where he's fighting Mike Tyson or something, but then I'm watching the undercard and I'm actually like enjoying these fights, I might start watching more boxing. I might be open to watching a Canelo fight or a Terrence Crawford fight just because what I saw from Jake Paul. So same thing with pro wrestling. It's like Logan Paul might be doing damage because he don't care about the craft and he does not give a shit about wrestling. Let's just call it what it is because that's what it is. But if I'm tuning in, I'm not a wrestling fan, and I'm tuning in to see Logan Paul and I enjoy the match, maybe I tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Raw and see what they got going on over there. And before you know it, I'm a fan week in, week out.
Yeah, until they see Jey Uso doing the same thing every week, then they're going to tune right back out.
It's just me, Oos. Day one. Somebody called him when he linked up with Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest. Someone said street trash versus yeet trash.
Hey, that's hilarious. People on the internet's funny, bro. What?
Right.
Yeet trash.
Right, but I want to hear from the people at the crib, man. How do y'all feel about Logan Paul and this Kevin Nash nonsense? Do you consider Logan Paul a pro wrestler, or is he just a guy who wrestles? Is he a social media star who just happens to be good at wrestling? Will you ever accept him in the industry? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. Leave us a like. Leave us a review on Apple, on Spotify, everywhere. Find us on TikTok. On TikTok, we going up. So find us on TikTok, please. Instagram. Follow us, Wrestling with the Homies. You know how to find us. Just Google us. We'll pop up. We everywhere. Anyway, let's get into some fun and games. Almighty. The almighty one, E.
Yes, sir.
What you got for us, buddy?
Today, we are playing Guest Star Showdown.
Ooh.
I will give you a scenario. You have to guess the guest star, and then, we'll discuss that impact and if it actually made sense to do that. All right.
I might be good at this. We're
gonna start appeared on AEW Dynamite in 2021, even delivering a top rope splash, adding flair and fun to the event. Who was that?
Oh,
Snoop and D-O-double-G. Snoop Dogg.
Should they have done that?
Yeah, why not?
I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it because, first of all, Snoop is going to entertain. He's going to get that check regardless.
Facts.
So if Snoop is tuning in with certain, wrestling companies, whether it be AEW or WWE, we're going to tune in. We want to watch because he's funny, so I ain't mad at it.
But I know I argue against it all the time because I feel like AEW should dumb it down and low-key sell out if they want to reach the next level. But on the flip side of that, if AEW is really an alternative to WWE, how smart is it to do stuff with Snoop Dogg? Oh no, Snoop Dogg doing splashes on your rest like that. That looks like WWE to me. That don't look like an alternative. Just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, exactly. Number
Snoop
2,
funny.
faced off against Big Show at WrestleMania in a no disqualification
I know
match,
that. I'm gonna let Cooley take it though. I know.
bringing
You know
major
it?
What year
attention
was
to
that?
WWE.
Oh, he broke his jaw.
Yep.
Floyd
That was
Money Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, baby. One of the greatest
broke his
wrestling
nose.
theme songs, bro. People sleep on that song. So do me a favor. Search Floyd Mayweather Yep. If you're watching this podcast, pause us right now. Open a new tab and search Yep by Floyd Mayweather. That was his WWE theme, and it was fire.
Yeah,
Listen,
I ain't mad at it. It was a cool segment. It was funny. It wasn't the first time they had, a boxer on their show. So, it was just a nod at that. They had Mike Tyson. So Floyd pulled up, actually broke Big Show's nose with a punch. It was dope. I liked it.
I thought it was real. Like at that time when I saw it, I'm like, damn, are they really beefing? But apparently Big Show told Floyd Mayweather, like, yo, if we gonna do this, like, we gotta do it for real. You really gotta punch me.
Yeah, that's
Floyd was
wild.
like, hey, say less. Punched him in the nose, broke his nose.
Yeah, I'm cool on that.
And the match was great too. Floyd Mayweather and Big Show had a classic. Bring Floyd Mayweather back. How about that? Let's get Floyd Mayweather back in wrestling, man.
Floyd busy skating.
He's taking bags from everybody else. Come take a bag from Nick Khan.
Did he make it back from Dubai?
I'm sure he
I'm
did.
not sure. I heard he was stuck out there, right?
Yeah.
Heard. Oh, he was stuck.
That's
he really was stuck.
That's
he owed him money or
crazy.
something, right?
But how you owe
it
him
was the
money
whole
if you
thing.
got a lot of
His
money?
boy, somebody he was with stole some stuff and then
No.
and then just went ghost. So
That's
he was
dangerous.
stuck out there. Yeah, it was bad.
That's wild.
All right, moving on.
Ooh.
This guest appeared on Raw and even knocked out Dolph Ziggler in the segment, aligning himself with Zack Ryder to create a fun and memorable moment. This
Damn,
one's
I
tough.
feel like I should know this.
You should. This one's
I
tough.
feel like I should know
What
this.
year was this? He said Dolph Ziggler and Zack Ryder. Jeez.
Right. Damn, I feel like I should know this. He knocked out Dolph Ziggler. Was he a fighter? Is he an MMA fighter?
No, he's an actor.
Damn.
Oh, I'm blacked out.
I feel like I know this.
This happened in 2011.
Oh, let's go at it.
Oh.
Let's go. All right, so I'm gonna throw out a name, and then Cooley throws out a name. We'll see who gets it first. I'm gonna go with Freddie Prinze Jr.
No. Go ahead.
Ooh.
Come on, Cooley.
I'm gonna go with Dave Arquette. I think I was tuned out in 11, man. Like,
Hugh Jackman, Wolverine.
what?
That's
Yeah.
right. I just watched this clip recently because they showed this clip at the end of the X-Men Deadpool movie when they were showing like all the highlights of. They showed that clip. How did I not get that?
I ain't gonna hold y'all. I was not watching wrestling at that time.
You don't remember that?
I had tuned out, man. I was like, I was in my little rapping stuff. I was like really deep in it, and I was tuned out on wrestling, like 09 to like 12, 13. I was like, I don't remember that.
Feel it. I remember it like it was yesterday, man. Damn.
Okay.
I should have got that. I'm mad that I didn't get that. I'm like disappointed now. I really want to. You got another one? This is fun. Hold on. I like this.
That's fun.
Last one. This was all right. Appeared on SmackDown and laid out Triple H with a punch, making a huge mainstream crossover moment for WWE.
What
I'll
is
let
the
y'all
actor?
think about that, then I'll give you a year. Yes, it's an actor.
Ooh, damn. He laid
See
out
if you can
Triple
guess
H.
it. Then I'll if you need another hint, I'll find the year.
He laid out Triple H. Ah,
Dang, we down bad.
we down bad. I feel like I should
We
know
down
this.
bad, bro.
All right, so he was on. It was SmackDown. And it was an actor.
It was a SmackDown actor laid out Triple H with a punch.
Got it.
Oh my God.
Give me a year. Give us a year. We need a year.
All right. Give me one moment. That happened on a SmackDown November 11th, 1999.
Oh, 1999.
Man, this is my area.
Ooh.
God dang.
Ooh, I think I know this. Wait, Triple H knocked out Triple H in 1999. I know it. I got it. It was Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Arnold
Let's go!
Schwarzenegger.
Arson Schwarzenegger.
Well, hold on. What did you call
What
him?
did you say?
What did you say?
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Okay. All right. You said that on purpose.
Oh yeah, I thought he was true.
Y'all seen that clip?
That too.
Y'all seen that clip with Muhammad Ali when they was telling him that his name was Arnold Schwarzenegger? He's like, Schwarzenegger, woo.
Yeah, no, I thought Cooley couldn't say it. I was like, ooh, we having trouble with the SWs.
Schwarzenegger.
But yes, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Huh.
I remember that.
Right.
Yeah.
Once you said 99, that's what gave it. Because I'm over here thinking, I'm like, was it Randy Couture? Or is it like, I don't know. Drew Carey? Arnold. It was our boy Arnold.
Man. Sorry to Arnold Schwarzenegger. You feel me?
Bro, hey, there's a Terminator anime on Netflix.
Yeah, I already know. Come on,
Dog.
man. Terminator my favorite.
Have you watched it?
Not yet.
Fire.
I need my whole attention, like a whole day.
Okay.
Just,
Fire.
I've been thinking. I saw it and I was like, I wonder. But
No,
I'm gonna
it's
check it out.
good.
I'm gonna
It's
check it out.
good. That was a fun game though, man.
Yeah,
I'm really mad that I got the Hugh Jackman one wrong because I feel like I knew that. Like especially Zack Ryder. Come on, man. That was right there.
Yeah.
Part of me wanted to say JWoww though. Like, I'm like, was it a Jersey Shore person? I don't know. Fun game though. Fun game. Cooley, you got anything you want to get out there to the people before we get out of here on this Wednesday, this beautiful Wednesday, this hot ass Wednesday? I got a jacket on while it's hot as hell outside.
I just want people to know, you better tap into TNA Victory Road this Friday. It's in San Antonio, Texas. It's about to be lit. I can't wait to see Speedball and Zachary Wentz do their thing.
That's gonna be fire.
And
who's main event? Is it Joe Hendry or what's the main event of that show?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
I feel like it might be a Joe Hendry match. Joe Hendry seems to be everywhere right now.
Are we gonna get a talk some Raw TNA?
Is that what y'all want? I can do it.
Well, Victory Road is on Friday, and
it's on Friday.
The show is on Thursday.
Hey, we can have two talk some Raws next time. We can get a Victory Road. Why not?
Where all my TNA people at?
Hey, TNA fans, start tapping in with us, man. We're trying to incorporate more TNA on this podcast. Why not?
Man.
We want to touch everything, man. Pause.
Whoa.
Pause. Big pause. Shout out to Michael Jackson. And on that note, this is Wrestling with the Homies. We are out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Daily Wrestling Conversation. I hope you enjoyed the show. And if you did, please subscribe. Please leave us a like. And Cooley is mad and embarrassed that I said that, but I said it. But it's a joke. We just playing. And this is Wrestling with the Homies. We out of here. Peace.